Hello, everyone. Welcome to MMA at Midnight. This is our UFC 228 post-fight special. It was an amazing night of fights, lots of finishes, so much action. Let's get started right now with the main event. It was Tyron Woodley defending his belt against Darren Till. Darren Till, he really couldn't get much off. He was controlling the center of the ring like I felt like he probably wanted to, but I felt like that was part of Tyron's game plan, to have him coming forward, and that played right in. Like I said in the preview show, Tyron's right hand is so fast. He loves setting that up and just that explosive right hand, and that's what he dropped Darren Till with. He dropped him ground and pound, some of the most brutal elbows I've ever seen. I don't even know how Till didn't get knocked out by those. You know, that dude's got a hell of a chin. He took a lot of shots from those ground and pound on the from those elbows. Tyron Woodley ended up finishing him on the ground with a Darce choke. Great setup, great performance by Tyron Woodley all around, on the feet, on the ground. He definitely showed he was the superior fighter. Darren Till's still young. He'll learn from this. There's no shame in losing to a champ like Tyron Woodley, who's so talented and gifted. So that was an amazing, amazing main event. Like I said, Tyron Woodley dropped him with that explosive, fast right hand, ground and pound, vicious elbows, and then finished him off with a choke. That it was an incredible performance. They say Colby Covington's next, or Kamaru Usman maybe. Whoever is, I think either way they're in trouble for facing Tyron Woodley, because Tyron Woodley just looks unstoppable right now at welterweight. Let's get into the next fight. We had Jessica Andrade taking on Karolina Kowalkiewicz. What an amazing fight! Jessica Andrade came out just really aggressive. She was swinging, pressuring Karolina. Like, she brought the action. It was exciting. As soon as the bell rang at the opening of the first round, it was action. And Jessica Andrade ended up knocking out Karolina with a big punch, just dropping her like one punch knockout. And everyone was talking how it is rare in women's MMA to see those one punch knockouts, and it is. It was an amazing performance by her. Tough loss for Karolina, but great performance by Jessica Andrade. She brought it. She was swinging, she was throwing down, she brought the action, the fans were going nuts. Great performance by her, great knockout. You can't really argue much if she's next for a title, because I think that would be a great match with her and Rose. Awesome performance by her. We also had Zabit Magomed taking on Brandon Davis. Zabit, I don't know what else to say. He just had another amazing performance. He shows that excuse me, he shows that he's such a dominant fighter, from his ground game, his wrestling, clinching, even his striking. Like, he has a good way of mixing it up. He put on a good performance. He ended up winning by a sick knee bar. Beautiful performance, beautiful submission by him. He definitely needs to step up in competition. He called out Chad Mendes after. Let's make that fight happen. I would love to see Zabit versus Chad Mendes. That would be sweet. So yeah, great submission win, knee bar by Zabit Magomed. That was awesome. Also on the card we had Abdul Razak Al Hassan taking on Nico Price. Yeah, Abdul Razak Al Hassan ended up winning by knockout. It was amazing punches that he was throwing. He's showing his true power in those strikes. I said in the preview show that someone was going to get knocked out, either Nico Price or Abdul Razak Al Hassan, and that's what happened. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, he ended up getting a vicious knockout over Nico Price. It was an amazing performance. It was action. Another fight that was all action as soon as it started. It was a quick fight, but it was a lot of fun. It was great to watch. The fans were going nuts in Dallas. The arena was screaming after that knockout. The fans loved it. It was brutal. You got to see them bring the power. Great fight. Yeah, I'd like to see a step up in competition for Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Both these guys were good prospects coming up. They have good records, win streaks, and this just pushes them up. And I hope he gets a high-level opponent. Hopefully another striker or someone who'll stand up with him, because, man, it's fun to watch this dude strike and knock people out. So, another great performance on the card. So many good fights. We also had Tatiana Suarez taking on Carla Esparza. And another dominant performance. Tatiana Suarez just crushed Carla Esparza. Carla Esparza really couldn't do much. I give her credit for hanging in there and taking the beating that she did, because she was eating some vicious ground and pound, punches, elbows. She was just getting dominated nonstop. She ended up getting stopped by strikes. The referee stepped in, and ended up stopping the fight eventually. But she hung in there for a long time. She took a beating. Tatiana Suarez is the real deal. She's really talented, dominant, and she looks like she doesn't have any holes in her game when you watch her fight, especially against someone like Carla Esparza, former champ. Um, Great performance by her. I can't wait to see what she does next. Um, Great night of fights. All these fights were awesome. I really enjoyed them. There was a lot of other good fights too on the prelims. Check them out. It was a lot of fun tonight, guys. I'll do a quick recap of the results. It was Tyrone Woodley winning by submission choke. Darce against Darren Till. He dropped him with the right hand. Vicious elbows, vicious ground and pound, and ended up finishing him with a submission. We had Jessica Andrade knocking out Karolina Kowalkiewicz with a one-punch knockout. Amazing, all-action-packed fight. We had Zabit dominating Brandon Davis, finishing him off with a knee bar. And we had Abdul Razak Al Hassan knocking out Nico Price in a brawl. Like, these guys were swinging at it. It was nonstop action. It didn't last long. Sick KO. And then we finished off and also we had the Tatiana Suarez dominating Carla Esparza and finishing her off with the TKO. Awesome night of fights, guys. It was a lot of fun to watch. If you haven't seen them, go back, watch them. Or if you've seen them, rewatch them. They were a lot of fun. So thank you guys for joining me. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.